Shalom Aleichem. So we're back. And first of all, I actually want to make a small request. We spoke about the idea in the last video, unity and sharing wisdom, sharing the beauty of Torah. So the greatest thing, there was a great man, his name was actually a great musician, a great singer, his name was Shlomo Carlebach. So he had a great line. And this is actually based on a very deep insight. He said, what's the greatest thing that a person can do in life? So what do you think? What's the greatest thing that a person can do? So he said, the greatest thing a person can do is do another Yid a toiva. That means do another Jew a favor. That's what he said. So I always added to that. I said, and what's the greatest favor that you could do for another Jew? So what do you think? Of course, you could give someone $100 million. That's incredible. You could give someone a really good piece of cheesecake. Absolutely amazing. But you know what? These things disappear, especially money as we see in today's market. The greatest thing that you could give someone is the gift of life, which is a gift of wisdom. Clarity is living. And I learned this so quickly. The greatest gift, when I get wisdom from someone, when you hear an insight, it changes you. You're a different person. And it's not something you digest necessarily and it disappears. This is something that could really change your whole life. So I'm making a request. Please share this wisdom. You know, I'm not an expert on Facebook. Maybe one day I'll be. But I know the power of sharing this insight, this video, this page, this Facebook page is incredible. You could just, by the click of a little hand, and that's it, you made someone's life different. So that's a request that I'm making. And we're going to now discuss an aspect of what we started this Facebook with, and that is unity and love. I said unity really is the goal. The goal of living really at the end of days is Vaya Hashem lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hu yeh Hashem echad. Really, we're going to reach that state of unity. But how do we get there? So the key and the secret is Ahavat Yisrael. It's love of the Jewish people. And really, it's a love of humanity. In fact, I tell my kids, there are two things that I really push hard. I try to be a sweet daddy, but there are two things that I try not to tolerate. One of them is Hakarat Hatov, which we'll discuss another time. Appreciating everything, appreciating the good. But the other aspect is Ahavat Yisrael, loving each other. You can't not love each other. Will not be successful. I'll tell you a fascinating Yerushalmi. That means the Talmud Yerushalmi, the Jerusalem Talmud. It writes that in the time of Achav, Achav was one of the really, not the greatest kings of the Jewish people. During his time, the Jewish people were winning all the wars, even though they were being Oved Avodah Zarah. They were idol worshippers. How did that work? So the Jerusalem Talmud tells us, you know why? Because they had unity. They got along. You know how it is. When the Jewish people are together, the 6-day war, the success of the 6-day war, people don't realize the secret to the 6-day war was the fact that we were united. So my question to you is how do we create this unity? So I'm going to tell you a secret. The numerical value, it's a little bit of a Kabbalah, I hope you don't mind. The numerical value of Echad is also Ahava. Echad means one, Ahava means love. You want to create unity, you got to have love. Now, how do you get love? Now, I remember from my old days, and I wish I had my guitar right now, but there are many Beatles songs. All you need is love, right? Can't buy me love. There are many songs that I recall, and it's all about love, 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 love. Love makes the world go round. But the problem is, I remember Paul McCartney singing about money can't buy me love. It's true. But you know what he never explained to us? How do you get love? Well, how does that work? And the most fundamental question that you really have to think about, and I'm going to leave you with this thought for today, is how can you even command and expect someone to love? Either you love it or you don't love the person. We all know there are people that we love and there are people that we can't stand. It happens once in a while. So how do we tell someone, listen, you got to love someone. You got to love that person that you really don't love. It's an emotion. Can I tell you to feel something? That's really the challenge. I want you to think about it, and next video we'll discuss it. Thank you.